Let's talk about that, man. Like, shit,
Jeez.
bro. Like, life be... I'm Rich.
And I'm Josh.
Make sure your Walkman is at full battery because we're diving into our dad tapes.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for listening to tape number 51 of the Dad Tapes. Let's get rolling.
Oh, man. So, what are we drinking tonight, bro?
Tonight we are drinking a new one. We've never actually had this brewery yet. It's called Schenker Beer Company. The beer we're drinking is Glow Up. It's a Berliner Weiss style ale with watermelon. It's 4.5% alcohol.
Let's get to cracking, bro.
I don't know.
I'm not really sure how I feel about it.
I'm not either. Not gonna lie, it kind of tastes like vinegar.
Kind of tastes like somebody made a Warhead beer.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, man. I don't know.
Honestly, I mean, the more I drink it, the more it's kind of growing on me. It's kind of like a cider. It's got that bite to it.
I can see that.
It's different.
Well, shit, bro. It's been April 19th was the last time we dropped something, right?
Yeah.
What's happened? What's happened since, my guy?
Dude, a lot, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's been 2 months, man. I mean, when we last left off, I know exactly where we were because I don't even need to go back and listen to it. I know exactly where we were. You know, I was like hitting a dry spell in timeshare. You had just started. You know that week. That weekend was the last weekend for you to be at your old job.
Yeah.
So what's been going on, man?
Dude, working a lot, man, all over the place. Just, I think I've put more miles on my work truck in the past like month and a half than I have in probably 6-7 months in a personal vehicle.
Jesus.
Dude, I'm all over the place. Like going from 5 minutes from home to an hour and a half away from home. You know, it's nuts. But it's good though. It's nice to be actually like steady with work.
Well, I mean, so from your first week, dude, you did 67 hours. I know that, and I know it's slowed down a little bit. But I mean, how even from the old job, how are you adjusting to even that many more hours in a week?
The hours in itself, I don't mind it. I'm very busy, so it goes by really fast. It's the different atmosphere that I have to get used to again. Going from, being in a real relaxed, lazy kind of, I don't want to say lazy, but relaxed and more slower paced job that I had before to this being constantly on the move. Being from job 1 to job 2 and trying to deal with my guys and getting them, where they need to be because I'm foreman again.
Yeah.
So constantly having to like answer the phone and check in with them and see if they're good, if they need help, or if they're asking me if I need help. And
so in other words, you're the lead hole packer, right?
I'm HNIC, baby. But it's the hours isn't the problem. I don't mind the hours because I like to be busy, and it makes the day go by faster anyway when I'm busy.
Yeah.
But the workload, that kills me. It's going from, being in a machine 24/7 or driving a truck and doing like small deliveries to doing 8 to 10 tons of asphalt out of my truck a day again is like, ugh. Like it's just killer.
Well, so then, I mean, I know you and I have talked about everything, personally going on, home life, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you just update our listeners on at least over the past 2 months, because I know I have too, but you and Marin have been in and out of the hospital, so let's update everybody out for that.
Yeah, she I mean, she's as of right now, she's doing good. She had to have like a temporary surgery in order for her to be able to go through dialysis without having any pain, but kind of backpedal a little bit. About a month ago, I want to say, I think is about when it really started to happen. She was starting to have a lot of she was having a lot of pain in her dialysis access, and it was causing a lot of discomfort for her. And she was in and out of the hospital with very high blood pressure, as well as a lot of pain in her arm and her chest and her back, and in and out of surgery to try and alleviate the pain and the issues and the problems. It's been a fucking roller coaster for the past month and a half, 2 months. And trying to juggle that as well as juggle the new job or the new old job, and then Addison in between. It's been rough, man.
How's Addie taking everything?
At first she was worried. I mean, you know how kids get. I mean, especially when they're comfortable with someone and they enjoy being around that person, they ask a lot of questions. And the first week that she was in the hospital, she was in the hospital that was closer to where her dialysis unit is, so it was pretty far away. And Addison was asking, where's Marin? And I told her, I was like, well, hey, she's in the hospital. She's 2 hours away. It's going to be kind of tough to go up there to just, visit for a little bit and then have to come home. She was a little upset. More or less upset because she was worried about her. She wanted to make sure she was okay. And when she temporarily got out of the hospital for a day or two, and then she ended up going to one that was more local. Mm-hmm. And we were able to bring Addie there. It was a lot easier to go there and visit, and she got a lot better, and she was a lot happier than she could at least see her.
Good.
But that was the tough part, was when she was asking me where she was and if she was okay. It was fucking rough.
Yeah.
Just to be able to sit here and tell your kid, like, hey, she's far and she's not doing very well. She got upset.
On a lighter note, man. I mean, you now have a first grader, right?
Oh,
let's talk about that, man. Like, shit,
jeez,
bro. Like, life be going quick.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we just had her kindergarten graduation last week, man. Yeah, I took a day off to go up, and it was cool, though. I mean, it kind of sucked that we didn't get to see her after the graduation because they sent her back to class. But it was cool. It was like 2 hours of them like singing songs and all this other stuff. But
no, that's really cool.
It's kind of, I don't want to think about it, man. Like,
yeah, I know, man.
It's that next step. Like,
bro, you don't need to tell me tomorrow, man. Tomorrow my princess turns 3. I don't want to hear it, man. I get it. Shit, man.
Oh, it's just, God, it's just, they're growing too fucking fast. I don't like it, man.
No,
I don't
like it. They're growing too quick, man.
I mean, I know that when I was going through the issues with Marin being in the hospital, and I know we had talked a little bit about Jill being in and out of the hospital. What happened with that?
So she had some heart issues. We were in the hospital twice with her heart, and it was the second time. It got scarier each time. I mean, the first time was scary. Don't get me wrong. But the second time, it was. I'm not gonna lie, man. I really thought she was gonna have a heart attack. It was nuts, and yeah, I mean, it was tough. I mean, it's not easy. It's still not easy.
No.
She had a heart monitor on for like 2 weeks, and then just been getting dicked around by her previous employer with insurance and things like that. Don't want to really harp on that. I mean, I don't even know if she wants me to even talk too much about it, to be frank. But yeah, I mean that, and then just the adjustment of her working full time to being home all the time, and you went through. You were laid off before.
Yeah.
It's a jarring shock, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've lived through it too, right? And then that mixed with just being way too busy, dude, with work. Like work's getting crazy. Like I got a few sales. I got some sales under my belt. Absolutely, good. Right? But dude, it's been nuts, dude. It has been like one after another, like people coming and people going, people coming and people. It is insane, dude. Like, oh my God. And then just some of the way that, dude, these people are fucking crazy, man. Like legit, dude. Like I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say sometimes. Ridiculous. But then yeah, I mean the up for me is, Dex had his last day of school today. He didn't really have a graduation, but today was his last day, so he was pumped about it. We were super proud of him because he only missed 2 days. And I know that's more of a reflection on us. I mean, we did have a cruise. I get it. But that was something that we planned. But
it's family time, man. Come on.
That's what?
It's family time.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But he only missed 2 days, and one of them was, it was because COVID was running rampant through the house, and we thought he was going to be getting it. And then the second time was that same instance where, we thought he was going to be starting with it, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So 2 days, we told him he got him a nice little gift. I'm not going to lie, because we were super proud of him. The one thing I'm really, really proud of him, and dude, it made me so emotional, right? Like, he's been really, really good with his speech.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how he's doing.
He's doing so much better with his speech, man. And then this time we got these little drawing boards, right? And I wrote down on it, like, I love you, little buddy. I wrote down, like, I'm very proud of you. Like, just, like, really wholesome stuff for him, right? Because I like doing that.
Yeah. And
he couldn't read it. So he asked Jill to read it. And she read it quietly at first. And she's like, no, why don't you ask Daddy to read it? So, I was sitting on the couch, or sitting down in their little chairs that they have, freaking Jill's barn, the Pier 1 import or whatever chairs that she bought, just stupid expensive chairs. But anyway, he's sitting there, man, and it's like, he asked me to read it, so I start reading it to him, and he got really emotional. He just started crying, like happy cry.
Aww.
And dude, he just like gave me the biggest hug, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know any words to describe it, but it's like it's that feeling.
Feel.
Yeah.
It kind of, what you just talking about, it's kind of making me choke up a little bit.
No, it gets me choked up too. And then what gets me even more choked up is my princess is turning 3 tomorrow, bro. Dude. Where's the fucking time go, man?
You ready to start fighting the boys off yet?
I don't even want to think about it, man. It's going to get me really emotional. I ain't ready to cry yet, man. Fuck, bro. But yeah, man, it's... But I mean, yeah, it's all in all. I mean, the worst, besides Jill and work being super busy, the one bad thing I got to say is my fucking grass is dried to crap, bro. You saw that?
Yes.
I know you did. You probably rolled up and was like, oh, shit.
What the fuck's this guy doing, man? His grass is dying.
It looks like hay. Anyway.
Hey, at least when you walk on it, you don't get the crunch yet. So there is still some time.
Not yet.
You know what time it is?
It's about that time for us to be aware dads with our daily reading. or weekly reading, or in this case, the first reading in 2 months from The Daily Dad by Ryan Holiday. And tonight we're going to be reading January 31st, in case you all forgot we were still in January, right? You don't stop teaching your kids. Nell Painter was an accomplished adult. She was in her 70s. She was a world-class historian, yet even then, her mother was teaching her. How did she have the courage to leave a promising academic career at that age and go to art school? Well, her mother writing her own first book at the age of 65 probably had something to do with it. It took me years to sense the bravery, the sturdy determination her metamorphosis demanded, for she was tougher than I could see during her lifetime, she said. I knew she delved deep to express herself with unadorned honesty. Hard for a woman. Doubly hard for a black woman. Triply hard for a black woman of a class and a generation. And yet her mother had done it. So when Nell reached her own golden years, she didn't find it strange to try something strange. She didn't mind looking odd or out of place. She didn't mind doing something hard. Her book, Old in Art School, a memoir of starting over, is a testament to what her mother had taught her implicitly and explicitly. We should take from these two things. We never stop teaching our kids. And though we are doing right now, may not be resonating with them, it can teach them something in the future. Keep doing what needs to be done. Embody what you want your kids to be. Keep growing. Keep being the example they can follow. Keep teaching them implicitly and explicitly.
In a critical moment of life-altering changes, no matter how severe or detrimental they may be, the idea of just using someone to vent to is one of the crucial values we as men need to own up to more often. Tonight we're going to talk about just that very topic while we both do that exact thing with each other.
It's time for a data dump. Tonight, we just kind of wanted to get some, obviously in lieu of, or not in lieu of, but in the spirit of Men's Mental Health Awareness in June, right? And Juneteenth, right? Is that what that is? It's called, it's Juneteenth. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Don't be too excited over there. Anyway, in favor of that, in honor of June and Men's Mental Health Awareness, right? Just a couple things that we all just need to remind ourselves about, right? So it's not more or less facts as much as it is just things we just need to hold ourselves accountable about. Like, for instance, mental health is just as important as physical health, and 1 in 5 adults in the United States experiences mental health illness each year. Mental illness is not a sign of weakness or a lack of character. There is no shame in seeking help for mental illness. Many effective treatments are available for mental illness. Ask my wife, she's a therapist. People with mental illness can live full and productive lives. Stigma surrounding mental illness is a significant barrier to treatment. There is hope for recovery for mental illness. Early intervention is critical for successful treatment of mental illness, and many resources are available to help people with mental illness and their families. Mental health is essential for overall well-being. And that was our data dump. Yeah, man. So I wanna lead off the meat and potatoes of our show tonight with a shout out to one of our listeners, Anthony. Right when just maybe a couple weeks back, he reached out to us and he asked us, basically, what the fuck, what's going on, right? And, I just kind of briefly just told him, like, hey, we've just been really tied up in and out of the hospitals, both of you and I, not individually, but our significant others. And he kind of said something to me that made me realize he's right, right? He said that sucks. Like, he put his heart out there for us. But something he said kind of it gave me goosebumps because he's fucking right, and we didn't do it, man.
Yeah.
In times like that, in high pressure moments like that, when we're a pressure cooker and that steam is building the fuck up, we need to let that shit out. We need to let that. We need that valve, and this is our valve. And for us going 2 months without it, shame on us, bro.
Yeah.
Shame on us for not utilizing each other, our platform that we have to share those vulnerable moments and truthfully be an example by going out of our way to do it. I mean, we sit here and we preach mental health. We sit here and we preach all this other stuff, bro. But at the end of the day, if we're not practicing what we preach, what the fuck are we doing?
Exactly.
So shame on us. And Anthony, thank you for holding us accountable.
I
You're right.
appreciate the call out. You know what I mean?
No, it's
he's right.
No, and it's he's exactly right.
Yeah.
And moving forward, we need to be consistent, man, because this helps us. Like look at last year. Look at last year, bro, in your summertime and going through everything you went through.
Yeah. 2
breakups or so, a few breakups, your mental health adjustment. I mean, that's just the fucking topic of our show.
Yeah.
Look at how much this served as such an outlet for you. Yet in times where you went from working only 40 hours to almost double in a new job with financial pressure on you. And now, though the job relieved it, you also had health issues. Your significant other had really serious health issues that questionably weren't sure she could make it.
Yeah.
Here I was in the same situation, financial pressure, and going from years of not working and being a stay-at-home dad to working in full-on like 40 hours a week, going and seeing all these people and then coming home and now my wife's losing her shit and her in the hospital.
Yep.
Yeah, we both stepped the fuck away from it, dude.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know why. I mean, and it's not that I don't want to say I don't know why, but I think a lot of the things that were happening to both of us, we got very, I don't want to say overwhelmed, but we got very focused on what was in front of us and the obstacles that we were going through and not thinking about the outlets that we had, like the show, and allowing the show to alleviate a lot of that pressure that we were having.
No, you're right.
And I think the majority of like what actually was the problem was we just got so blindsided by what was going on that I don't want to say we forgot, but we kept pushing.
You know what it was? It was easier for us to not do it.
Yeah.
But that's the part of the problem, bro. We can't as men, as parents, as family and as friends, we can't take the easy way out. And we can't let our family members, we can't let our kids. I mean, okay, is it okay for Addie to take the easy way out?
Fuck no.
Right?
No.
It's not. It's sure as hell not okay for Declan to take the easy way out and not actually practice speech at home. It's not okay.
No.
But it's okay for you and I to take the easy. You know what I'm saying? Like here we are. We're fucking being assholes.
Yeah.
And that bothers me. That bothers me, and I know it bothers you too.
Yeah, it does.
I know it does, because that's not us, and we just lost our own accountability.
Yeah, made ourselves look like assholes. You know.
And yeah, no, not even just made ourselves look like assholes, like feeling like an asshole, but also understanding the importance of just even, fuck it, take all of our listeners away. Just having the aspect of sitting here, having a beer with my fucking best friend.
Yep.
Talking about shit in life.
And you see, and that's the difference. Like, a lot of people don't realize, a lot of people don't realize that, like, yeah, you can pick up the phone, you can call someone and vent and talk to someone over the phone, but having that physical, like, encounter with someone that you really care about, or your best friends, or your brother, or family, or whatever, it's a lot different than just sitting here and picking up the telephone and calling someone. because
Right.
you can actually sit here and you actually get the physical aspects of how someone's feeling. You can see it in their face.
It's a transference of energy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's face-to-face interaction.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, talking on the phone does help. Texting
It does,
help,
yeah.
but it's not the same.
No.
It's not the same.
No.
So
And sitting here and being able to take a sip of some very
slowly getting tasty beer. Jokes aside, though, I mean, vinegary beer, piss beer, watermelon piss beer. Jokes aside, though, I mean, Anthony, thank you for, unintentionally having me have that revelation. And we appreciate your listenership. And all of our listeners, honestly. But,
honestly, though, I don't think it was unintentional. I think, he didn't really understand what was going on. I don't want to say he didn't understand what was going on, because he does understand. But trying to make us realize, like, hey, this shows your outlet. Like, use that tool, be with family.
Yeah.
Don't take advantage, or don't. I don't want to say take advantage, because take advantage isn't the word of it. But don't let that outlet get pushed away. Use it.
So all day today, I mean, obviously, I'm going to be joyous because it's just getting this shit ready for Bridget's party tomorrow, right? And I had to do some crap up in the attic and fix some siding that blew off months ago. Do you remember that?
Yep.
I finally fixed it today. But anyway, I was happy and excited for a lot of reasons. And the two major reasons was, one, for Bridget's party and having her turn 3 and just seeing her light up like a light bulb. But the second reason was honestly to record tonight.
Yeah.
And I know what prompted us to record was at Baddie Daddy's.
Yeah,
and we
you
were
know
taking
what?
that opportunity, but I think
Honestly, I'm kind of glad that they kind of reached out, because it kind of, I think it kind of more or less put a fire on her ass.
yeah.
I think they kind of realized, like, hey, something's going on with them too, and they were like, we want you to come on the show. And with that being said, like, it got us excited, and I think it also kind of like sparked that, like, hey, get back to doing what you were doing, because you were doing something good, and then we dropped out for a little
Fell
while,
off, yeah.
I think you're right, between Anthony and then the Baddie Daddies reaching out. It kind of made us realize, like, oh shit, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, it was absolutely days apart too.
Yeah.
It was like the Baddie Daddies reached out to us, hey, want to do something for June, men's mental health awareness, and then like days after that, Anthony reached out, and I was like, damn. If there's a sign,
Here it is.
what's that?
Here's your sign.
Yeah, there you go, Jeff Foxworthy. You made me a redneck, if. But man. So tonight, I just want to talk about like just talking, and that was one of the things I was looking forward to, is just catching up again.
Yeah.
Because I know we all know that feeling of what it's like to actually hang out with like friends again for the first time in a while, right? Like I'll be seeing little bitch boy Zach coming up this tomorrow, and it's gonna be fun just to see him, just even catching up a little bit with him.
Yeah.
But it's that happiness that we strive for, but we also have to seek that out when we're in our lows.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to set good examples for our kids. I think, I don't shy away from having my kids see me cry if I do.
No, definitely not.
And like I got a confession, bro. We were watching one of the movies we were watching. It was the Inside Out.
Yep. I knew you were going to go there. Literally.
Inside Out, man.
That
it gives me goosebumps
Yeah.
especially at that part where the imaginary friends like go on, take Riley, take her to the other side or whatever he says, man. It's like fuck.
Yeah, and we had gone this past weekend. We went to Outback just kind of quick dinner and like, hey, you know, we're gonna go do some stuff. We gotta go grocery shopping, and we stopped at Outback to have dinner. And we were right by the movie theater, and Addie was like, "Oh, I want to see Inside Out too," and this and that. And then we ended up watching Inside Out again when we got home that night, and it hits home because man. If you really look at it from a children's perspective and an adult's perspective when it comes to anything Disney movie, there are two different lessons in these movies.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
There's a as you get older and you realize like these were all the movies I watched when I was a kid, and you rewatch them and there's a completely different understanding as an adult to these movies as there was as a child. It's almost like a lot of the movies that Disney comes out with has two different interpretations. You have the child interpretation, and then you have the adult watching with the child, their interpretation. That's what I mean.
You know, it kind of... I saw a meme today about Inside Out 2, and it stuck with me because it's jarring, and I think it's relative to the topic of mental health. You know, and I know the month is for men's mental health, but just mental health in general, because going back to that movie, right? When you saw that, you saw it, right?
Inside the first Out one? I didn't see the second one yet.
Okay. Yeah. All right. No, well, still, it actually, they also, the parents' emotions, right? Mm-hmm. Remember, we saw the parents' emotions not frequently.
Yeah.
But in Inside Out 2, I think they showed them more.
Really?
And the parents' emotions, you know, obviously like the dad emotions, they all have their little mustache and and the mom's emotions all have their glasses and everything. But the lead emotion in Riley is happiness, right?
Yeah.
That's what all the other emotions answer to, or that's what all the other emotions point to or defer to when they need a direction to go to. Happiness leads them.
Yeah.
And that's child, right? But the emotions in the parents, dad's leading emotion was anger. Remember, he was that short little red guy and sitting in the center of the table.
Yeah.
Mom's leading emotion was sadness. And to me, it speaks volumes because we don't, you know, we have these glimacing thought processes of, man, like children, just that happiness of children. And we all have that somewhere in us, but where did it actually stop?
Yeah, that's
the idea in a freaking Disney movie that children lead every day with happiness.
It makes
and
you
we
wonder.
As adults normally are the ones who impede on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will say this. We'll have to wrap it up here soon, but I will say this. I think moving forward, I'm absolutely like happy that mental health is a lot more of a prevalent topic.
Yeah.
It's not an easy topic.
No.
And it's not something to really just dismiss. So that time we took away,
we dismissed
it.
Yeah.
So I think moving forward, man, we just have to make a recommitment.
Yeah. Agreed. In closing, the importance of just realizing the steam from your boiling water is enough to give clarity. In a moment, a brash decision can alter not only your life, but have rippling effects across the lives of those closest to us. This isn't a conversation about suicide. This is a conversation about the mental ailments we propose ourselves to when we don't allow the steam to be released.
Something we should end the show on some good situations tonight, bro. So bring us back into those happy emotions we got here, the serotonins and the dopamines, right?
I'm gonna start it off a little light. It says today I took the bus to work. A sweet old lady, that's anonymous by the way. A sweet old lady got on after and sat next to me. Halfway there, she fell asleep, her head on my shoulder. I gently tried to wake her up before my stop. She wasn't sleeping. I let a dead woman lie on me for 30 minutes.
Oh my God. Oh my God, bro.
It's fucking creepy, ain't it?
Talk about that shift of mental emotions taking charge of your body. That is anxiety right there.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, dude. Can you imagine that?
Oh my goodness.
The innocence in the beginning, though, with thinking she fell asleep and then realizing that she's fucking dead. So this one's kind of fucked. This one's by Cat Lady in the United States. Today, my friend had to take my cat, who has a tumor, to be put down when I wasn't home since I couldn't bear to take him myself. I have 2 cats. He took the wrong one. FML.
Oh my God. Oh God.
She have fucking Siamese twins or something like that? I'm like, what?
Ah, shit. What's the last one, bro?
And the last one by Anonymous United States. Today, for the first time ever, a woman saw my penis. I am 30 years old. The woman was my doctor.
Oh,
she snorted
God.
to cover her laugh and apologized. FML. That poor fucking soul, man. That poor soul.
So look, there's all the, like 1-800, so like there's some numbers out there to help people that, God, man.
Whatever that number is, we should put that number on our social media.
Bro. You guys can find us on our social media, Facebook, facebook.com, /the Dad Tapes. Instagram is at the Dad Tapes Podcast. Twitter at the Dad Tapes, and TikTok at Dad Tapes Podcast. Just guys, subscribe, like, review our show wherever you listen to us. It actually helps. But before we get to the end where we have to hit the rewind tape, right? It's time for a little dad joke. Dad joke of the week, right? What do sprinters eat before a race?
I don't know what.
Nothing. They fast. I love that one.
Oh God. Guys, don't forget to rewind the tape before boxing it back up.
Oh, shit. All right, guys. We're going to check out here. We're going to go record something with the Batty Daddies. Check them out. Give them a listen. Support our brothers on the west side. And we'll catch you guys next week. Because we definitely doing something next week.
Yup.
All right, guys. Peace.
Later.